Hi everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by. I am laughing at myself right now because it is hot out here and I'm currently under a tree filming. Now, before I came out, it said 98 degrees, but with the humidity, it was like 100, I think it says, which I would probably have to argue. Right now my body feels like it's about 188 degrees, but no matter what time I come out, whether it's early morning, late at night, midday, it's still going to be hot. That is just what happens in July and August here in coastal Georgia. It's going to be hot, and so you come out, like sometimes I come out, I work for a few minutes, I go inside, but the main thing is to just make sure that you stay hydrated. You do not want to have a heat stroke, nor do you want to fall out. Okay, so you saw in the title where it says garden plans, and so I'm going to turn the camera around in just a second, but about a year ago, I broke ground on this area of the garden while my husband was out of town. And while I did take into account the surroundings, because one thing you want to do when you're starting a garden, whether it's in ground or raised bed, you want to take account of all your surroundings, everything that is surrounding you, including trees. And so the trees are very important because that can let you know how much sun may or may not come in, or how much shade it'll offer. And make sure that you go to the link in our description and download our free ebook, because we give you 5 tips to a flourishing garden, and it kind of talks about knowing your surroundings when you're gardening, because that can help you select plants and plan where you actually want your garden to be. So I'll put the link in the description, so make sure you download that. So that'll kind of give you just a starting point when you are either gardening or when you're starting your garden. Okay, so I will try to find that video and link it for you. But if you all remember, we started out over here with just this area. And so I took into account everything that was surrounding me, the trees, the neighbors' trees, how much shade, how much sun, the type of plants that I will be able to put here. And so I broke ground on just this part, and everything got growing. Then I kind of extended it along here, and I'll go over a little bit more in detail on our July garden tour, but I just wanted to kind of go over what I have created for myself. And like I say, stick to the end and I'll let you know what I'm going to do about it. But I did know that it is this tree was what I had to worry about, and it does. I wanted to plant right here because you know that the sun gets hot here, and it does provide a little bit of shade for these plants so that the sun is not constantly beating on them. So I thought that would be a good place to put this garden. Now let me turn around and we're going to walk over, because I'm going to tell you about this tree right here, but let's walk over real quick to the flower and vegetable garden so I can kind of give you a really quick backstory. Okay, so I had to scope out the area before I actually turn the camera back on, because I don't want y'all to see me fall or the camera fall, because I am here by myself. And so if something happens or anything like that, I will just be laid out for a while until everybody decides to come home. But okay, if you can look back here, we had this same oak tree. This is the same oak tree that I'm going to go back to. Now, what we did was we had someone to come and cut it down, because I wanted to extend the garden. And they were supposed to grind the stump, but they had to leave this in order to prevent any damage to the fence, which was fine. But there's still like little signs of life. If you can see right here, like every 2 weeks I have to come and cut these little sprigs that continue to come up. And see, that's why I also put these containers here to kind of cover it from more sprigs coming up. And this is my fig tree. It's not It is not dry. It is just the sun that is just making it look like that. Around 7 or 8 o'clock, it'll come back just fine, which is another reason why I am going to figure out a way to shade this area. But that is not what we are talking about. We're not talking about that. We're talking about garden planting. But just in case you guys look in the background, is like, she needs to water that. It is watered. That's why I have the straw. It's just the sun that is really, really weighing in on it, and I'm gonna have to spray as well because this is a, I want to say, a mealybug. Let me get a little bit closer. Can y'all see right here? And go look at my video also of the garden pest that we just did. I want to say that is a mealybug. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So I did a spraying last night on my cucumbers, so I guess tonight I will do a spraying on that. Okay, so let's walk back to the tree and let me tell you about this tree. And while we're walking, we're going to talk too. So basically, we have a lot of oak trees here in coastal Georgia, and this is what I think the guy told me was a water oak. Now, they have a lot of live oak trees. Those are trees that you have to get permission to cut down. But that's why I wanted to make sure I had someone that was licensed and bonded and knew that what they were doing, so that if any problem came about, I would give whoever knocked at my door their phone number and they could talk about it. Because that's why I'm calling you out here, because you're supposed to be the experts. Now, this is a water oak, pretty sure. But this oak also bears the nuts that the squirrels love. Like all here in the morning time and all over the fence, you'll just see squirrels. But what the squirrels do is they bury those nuts. And this is where I wanted to share this with you, because evidently I didn't realize what would happen to this area when I broke ground. Now, normally my husband just cuts it and then everything stays low, so you can't really see what is going on. You just see green. But let me tell you what happened when the squirrels buried those nuts. So I'm gonna get a little bit closer, and I left my gloves in the house. And I hope the sun is not too bad on the lighting, but let me get just a little bit closer. So, and I want to show you how I pulled them up. So for every nut that the squirrel buries, this is what pops up. And I remember putting cardboard down. I also remember mulching. And so if I can get this right, I can show you what I have created. Come on. I'm gonna find one, y'all. I may have to turn the camera off, but I'm going to find it, because you do want to pull it up from its roots. And by me holding this camera one-handed, it would act up today. So hold on. Hold on. This may be it. Nope. Okay, let me go get my gloves so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. But hey, good way of weeding too while I'm filming. Okay. Let me, hold on just a second, y'all. Okay, so you have to pull ever so gently with your gloves, but let me try to focus. Okay, so this is what, although I've put cardboard as well as mulch down, this is what keeps popping up. And on the end, these are the nuts. Can y'all see it? It's like my eyes are like, these are the nuts that keep popping up. So basically, they bury the nuts, and then all of these little, we won't call them weeds, because weeds are just, they're still plants. They're just in places that you don't want them to grow, which I don't want them to grow. But this is the water oak that are popping up. And so you can tell everywhere that the squirrels have been over here bearing these nuts, and this is not even half of them. So that is one thing to take into an account, which I did not, and evidently I just wasn't over here in that area enough. Like I said, my husband keeps the grass cut low, so all of it looked like grass. But as I started working over here and planting more, they do it quite a bit. Like they're within the grass, but you don't really see it. So yeah, that is something that I am going to have to deal with. And like I said, my garden regimen now for this area, now that I know that it's happening, because some kind of way they're digging holes through the cardboard as well. But what I have to do is, seriously y'all, like twice a week is I have to come out here and like take a section and just say, okay, try to pull up 10 of these, you know, and just try to get what you can. And just like you saw me earlier, sometimes they break off, which means they'll most likely, maybe not grow back. It just depends. Normally if it's a weed or something that you don't want to grow, they'll grow back. But so I've been trying to keep like on it, because I don't want to go without a week or two and then I come and I've created so much work for myself. But they definitely love to get like back here in this area and along this fence line. But like I said, about twice a week I come out here and I say, okay, do this area first, and then maybe tomorrow come over here and do that area, because as you all know, gardening, you have to weed. But you see how, you know, it's just like little ones that just keep coming up. And so that's why I wanted to share this video, that if you're planning on gardening, or if you have a space that you're thinking about breaking ground and making into a new garden, just kind of take into account the trees, but then the also the type of trees. Because like I said, this is, I'm pretty sure this is a white oak, and so it you know, dropped the nuts, and so that's what the squirrels dig for their food storage. And I know that when the leaves start dropping in the fall, I'm probably gonna have another mess on my hand, but we'll deal with that and I'll keep you posted as time comes. Because yeah, this is a fairly new area. I'm getting it done slowly but surely. It's just right now a lot of the plants are struggling, and so my main focus during late June, July, August is to just keep everything alive, keep everything consistently watered. But I do like that this tree does provide this area a little bit of shade, because if you, I'm gonna walk over here real quick, our hydrangeas are starting to get blooms on these, and these are the ones that I bought late last year on clearance, so they're starting to get the blooms. But these are the type of hydrangeas that can take the sun more so than the traditional ones. So as always, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you share this video with your family and your friends. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, we would absolutely love to have you as a subscriber. So make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. You guys, make sure that if you're in a zone where it's really hot right now, to stay hydrated and to stay cool. And again, thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, bye bye.